Hey guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerus, and today is Fan Fridays, which means I'm playing a deck submitted by one of you guys. If you'd like to submit your deck for Fan Friday, then you can do so by going to the Discord link in the description below and posting your deck in the Fan Fridays text channel. Today's deck comes from Oliver and is a Dryads deck, because I feel like you guys just like making me craft cards I would never otherwise craft. For example, Morin Forest Child. I ended up making her in premium because, you know, if you're going to make bad cards, then you may as well fully commit. Morin Forest Child is a 6 power ambush. When your opponent plays a bronze or silver special card, flip over and cancel its ability. And the ability to negate a bronze or silver special card is actually not terrible. The problem is that she is no tempo. If you play her, she's face down, so you're not getting any points on the board, so it's very hard to find a time to play her. And on top of that, if your opponent doesn't play a bronze or silver special card, she's effectively worth 0 points. So I think this is a questionable card, although I understand if you're going for the Dryad theme and the ambush theme, I guess it makes sense. So we have Francesca here, which we can use to fish for our gold cards. Alternatively, we can actually use her to get an Elven War Dancer, you see down here. Whenever you swap this unit, play it on a random row. So this is kind of going to give us an option to play into round 1. For example, if you have a War Dancer out, then you can actually play Morin quite safely, and it also gives you kind of the ability to stop your opponent dry passing. Next up we have Isengrim. We're going to be using him to find our ambush cards. So for us that is Malena and Teruviel. This does bronze or silver ambush cards. So Malena and Teruviel typically are the ones you go for here. Teruviel, when the opponent passes, flip over, boost units from each side by 2. Malena, after 2 turns, you charm the highest bronze or silver unit if it's 5 power or less. Then you have your 3 Three-head sappers, so these are our other ambush units. These we can play, and again, after 2 turns flip over. But these have the same problem of Morin, is that they're not tempo when you play them, because their points are flipped over. So you can only really play them if you're ahead or in round 3. So they're like kind of tricky cards to play. On top of that, we then have Yorveth, which we can use to deal damage and boost all of our elves in our hand by 1. We have a lot of elves in this deck. We also have a few Dryads. We have Brienne. Deal damage equal to this unit's power. If a unit was destroyed, you boost all your other Dryads and ambush units. So our ambush units, I've already showed you. Morin is actually a Dryad, so is Iglace. She lets us resurrect a card from our opponent, so she'll get boosted as well. And I believe there's one more in here. No, maybe not. Maybe I tell a lie. I tell a lie. There's not actually that many Dryads in the deck beyond Brienne. So she will boost some units. She gives us a little bit of removal. Then we have Aelaren. Aelaren, when 5 elf allies are on the board, summon this unit on turn end, so we'll thin her from our deck along with Roach when we play a gold card. Then we have Ida, which gives us weather, it gives us weather clear, and it gives us removal, so she's just a generally solid card. But one thing you'll notice is this deck doesn't have any special cards, and it also doesn't have Yavin, so we might have a hard time in terms of card advantage depending on how our opponents utilize spies. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that works out. On top of this, we then have 3 Dragoons. These boost a random non-spy unit in our hand by 1 on turn end. But again, these feel like fairly low tempo plays. You know, you're only actually playing an 8. You're kind of playing into the future. And then we have Hawker Support, boost a unit in your hand by 3. Again, you're investing in the future. So it's kind of scary because it looks like the plays that we have that are you know, large numbers of points. We do have the Three-head Officers, and we can use these to mulligan the Sappers, because we'll look for those around 5. That is at least a decent number of points. Similarly, we have the Isengrim play, so we can use Isengrim into an ambush, and that's kind of decent tempo, but a lot of our plays aren't very big tempo, so this is how I'm concerned about this deck for how that goes forward. I think this deck could do with maybe changing out Morin, for example, for something that gives you a little bit more tempo or is a little bit more of a power play. Those are kind of my thoughts at the moment. But without further ado, let's go into a ranked game. We'll play the deck, we'll try it out, and we'll just see how it goes. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like.
My folk have suffered much.
So we're against Dagon, which means we would like to see Ida. Removal's quite good because he'll be playing things like Arcaspores and whatnot, so we want to hold on to that as well. In terms of the mulligan, I think we start by throwing Roach. I'm gonna throw the Half-Elf Hunter as well. And I think we keep the War Dancer for round 2. If we had more than one, I would throw it this round. I'm not really worried about a dry pass situation, so I feel like this is kind of okay. Maybe we throw a Sapper, because we don't really need them till the late game anyway. We're going first, so let's get a Dragoon on the board. And the fact we have 3 in hand is really nice. We can also actually target draw Ida with Francesca. Typically, you know, you'd go for a gold card.
Now, how did that incantation go?
But in this situation, we can just get weather clear.
Peace with humans? Abide us.
So let's play another one
Peace with humans?
for now.
Abide
And it's just to
us.
see if he plays more weather. Then we can Francesca for Ida. Oh, he wants to go. Oh shit, I just realized that wasn't a tempo play. Whoops.
Oi! Hey there! Come here!
There we go. We are up 1 point. That was me not paying attention. So, we probably dry pass this round and then go into the final round a card down. Which is actually okay. Do we throw the Sapper? I guess we don't really throw anything. Like, the hand's alright. The hand's alright. And we need some power plays. It's kind of a shame we spent all of our Dragoons that round. Okay, that's a reset. That's interesting to see. I wonder if this is a Shoop deck. I don't think you typically run Wyvern unless you're running a Shoop deck. Second War Dance. But we can mulligan that with, we can mulligan one of them with Francesca. So that's pretty okay because it's given us our mulligan target. And then we will draw... I mean, Isengrim lets us draw into another unit, which is pretty okay. Oh dear. But he's got exactly 9 health, so we'll just kill him.
Why have you summoned me?
Whew. I was like, oh no! But it's actually fine. And then we can deal 8 damage with the Yorvith, so we can just counter the Imlo strategy if that's what it is. Let's see what he does. Okay, so let's play Francesca. And I think we draw Isengrim. Isengrim will give us a Malena, which I think is pretty decent. We could go a Glace, but there's nothing huge there that I necessarily want. I'm going to play Moran, I think, now, just in case he plays Weather or some sort of other special card that we can then negate its effect, because I don't have Weather Clear anymore, as I use this to remove Imlerith. The other thing we do want to do is we want to play Yorvith sooner rather than later, so that we can boost all of our elves. But we need him to play like an 8 strength unit to do that. I think the 6 will do as a target. It's not full value, but what it does give us is some boosting on our units like that. I guess the concern is that he plays Imlerith and resurrects him. We have another Panther in hand, though, so that is kind of okay. And if we play a big unit on the board, like the Sapper, you know, that could potentially just be fine. Oh, see, that doesn't count as a special card, unfortunately. Oh, well. Okay.
We do what must be done.
So let's throw the War Dancer.
Watch and learn.
And draw... probably Isengrim. Yeah, I think we draw Isengrim here. I don't think we're going to really see value out of Brienne, so we probably want to throw her, but we want to throw her after we thin... we want to throw her after we thin Aelaren and Malena. Well, I guess we'll go Malena here, because it's worth more than the other guys. But yeah, I think we want to throw this after we thin Malena, which should happen once the this guy flips. Let's just play more face down cards.
We elves have our paths.
Oh, we need more elves.
Don't worry about me.
We need more elves. I think I can do this. This is an elf, right?
Blood and neck ends.
And then this, unless this
Vermilion
draws Ayla in before she gets thinned. Oh, he got a glaze. That's pretty good. He's played Fog and Elsa's Thunder.
Manticore venom should do the trick.
Cool. So let's play the Panther now. Then we'll probably play to reveal and then a glaze. I think we're pretty comfortable though at this stage in the game. It looked like his strategy was a. What do you call it? His strategy was a. Imlerith, and that we killed the Imlerith, so he didn't get the Imlerith strategy. Is anyone damaged? I was going to say I could heal them with this. I maybe should have played that last round. Boost unit by 10. This is worth 13. So I guess we just take this one. Just kind of negates the Manticore, really. Plus we have 18 points.
Particular interest you?
We have 18 points in to reveal. So we win. But I think we won because we were playing against an unconventional deck. Like, I still feel like the deck that we're currently piloting is pretty clunky. We did misplay in the start, though. We went 2 cards down. So we went into that final round a card down and still managed to win. But that's, I think, because we countered his Imlerith and he was going for a risky strategy. Anyway, let's jump into another game with this deck, try it out again, and get a better feel for it.
My men know the meaning of sacrifice.
My folk have suffered much.
So we're against Morvan. This guy has a PhD in owning, so I should probably be a little bit scared. We'll throw one of the War Dancers. Then I think we throw the... I actually quite like throwing the Hawker Supports because they're low tempo, and you don't want too many low tempo plays in your opening hand, especially when we have Dragoons. So we'll throw that, and then we've got, you know, a draw with Isengrim.
Got no idea the mess you just made.
So I think we throw Malena as well. This basically stops him from dry passing, and it gives us a little bit more tempo going forward. We'll play our Dragoon now, and start to get points in hand. There's a Mangonel. Can we kill the Mangonel? We can with Panther, so let's do that. We also have Alzur's Thunder. We can kill another one if he has it. Which I think is pretty good. There's Morvan, though. He's going to look into our hand. Which is a bit annoying if he spots Moran, for example. Which he, of course, did. Because never lucky. We're down 25. So if we play... Let me have a think here. If we play Isengrim into Malena, that's not actually too bad. It will thin Roach as well.
The only good human is a dead human.
Like, that gives us enough points that we can catch him in one play.
I exist because Master Gehenna wills it so.
We can also Brienne, but there's not a great target for it. We get 10 points from her, 11 because this guy gets boosted. How many elves do we have? 1, 2. We have 3 elves on the board. This would be a 4th elf. I think we can afford to play this, actually. We should be able to catch him in one play. Because of this here. This is worth 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're actually only down 1 at this point. And now we're boosting all of the units in our hand, which is solid.
We elves have our paths. Don't
so we
worry
need to
about
make
me.
a 1-point play. I guess we play Francesca here, then. I'm not sure we're going to see value out of Brienne.
My folk have suffered much.
So I don't mind mulliganing her. Do we take Yorvith? I don't hate Yorvith in this situation. So we pass now, then we take the dry pass on the next turn, and then we throw the War Dancer on the turn after that. The only thing is we're going to draw a elemental or whatever they're called. Lesser Guardian. I always call them elementals, and that's not actually what they're called. We want to throw him here. We don't want him in hand. But this is quite good, because Moran does actually mess with his strategy, because this strategy often plays like Scorch and then Yennefer. So having the Moran is not too bad. The problem is him knowing that I have the Moran is not great. So we'll kind of see how this goes.
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
So we throw this.
Too fast for you, Dwan.
We've actually ended up with a pretty okay hand, I would say.
At last.
This is fine. I guess he's trying to mess us up. Let's get the Dragoon on the board now.
Onward, Dryad!
And then we'll play Moran, and then we'll kind of take it from there. The one thing we have to be careful of is that we play our sappers at the right time. Because if you last play a sapper, it doesn't flip.
I don't work for free.
So I'm imagining he's going to do that reset Cantarella to 1 strategy, which a lot of people do. It's quite standard.
What? No! How? Utter your wish, and I shall make it so.
Cool. So let's start boosting units in our hand, but not revealed units. We don't want to boost revealed units in case he starts to reset them.
Oi! Hey there!
Preferably ambush units because they don't get targeted so much. So this one. The only actually I need to play Yorvith. I should play Yorvith sooner rather than later.
Asking me for help. Now that's smart.
Boy, is playing gold cards, you guys.
You deserve to die, all, and you.
Oh well, there's a target, so that's fine.
I am who I need to be.
Kind of glad I held off on playing it, although I could have also thundered as well. The other thing we should probably do is play Fog. We're gonna have a long round, so getting Fog played, I would say, is pretty good.
All is in place.
Dude is thinning his deck.
Why have you summoned me?
This is actually really bad, though, because Cantarella's going to give him his last card. So if he thins his deck any further, he'll have a dead Cantarella. Oh, I shouldn't have played that, because now he can shoot me full of holes. I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, shit, I didn't mean to play that one. Whoops! I meant to play that one. It doesn't really matter, but still.
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
He's basically going to kill everything on this row, more or less, so we should kind of be a bit careful with it. The problem is we could mulligan this, but if we draw that Lesser Guardian, that's really awkward.
You'll regret your mum ever squirted you out.
Let's just boost to reveal. On the flip side, though, he has Cantarella, so he's in a kind of bad spot as well. And he's not removing the fog. He's played all of his golds, though. Maybe he doesn't have any special cards. That would be really awkward. We just queue into a deck with no special cards with Moran, Forest Child, and a Glaze.
Edna and Rosa. I must attend to their needs. Their
The
well-being.
dream. The dream. Oh, well. So I guess let's play this guy.
Blood and neck ends.
Mulligan this guy.
Semillion Vat.
Huh, nice. So we could mulligan this, and then hope to draw into another one.
No one can hide
He's
from
drawing
me.
the last card.
Blood and neck ends.
I guess we do
Semillion Vat.
this. Come on, not a Lesser Guardian. Oh, it's the one I mulliganed before with 10 strength. If I'd done that in the other order, maybe it would have turned out better. I mean, we're ahead now. We're down a card, though.
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
So his last card is a silver. Maybe it's Runestone. It would be so good if it was Runestone. But he has last play, so I can't even guarantee me getting access to it. Because he's not going to play it, right? I think we just lose. I mean, we have
tired.
some points here, but if thing doesn't flip, you know, that's just awkward. Oh, no special cards. That's kind of shitty.
I like the way you
Oh man, if he played one special card, we would have won. But he didn't. He didn't run the Yennefer package. That's unusual. That's unusual. We send a GG. It was close, all things considered. I think we played that fairly well, given our deck. But this is what I mean about Moran. Like, she's kind of a brick in a lot of situations, and that's not really good. Like, you could quite easily run, say, Shiru in this deck, and because a lot of your points are safe for later, you typically do see decent Scorch targets, and I think Shiru is a strong inclusion. Like, I understand what you're trying to do by making a Dryad package, but I don't feel like the Dryad package is there yet. I feel like, you know, it's missing too many key cards for it to be necessarily viable. Anyway, guys, if you like this deck, do leave a like. You can always subscribe to the channel, and if you want to submit for a deck for Fan Friday, do so by going to the Discord link in the description below and posting your deck in the Fan Fridays text channels. I do like interesting decks like this. You know, off meta is always really fun for me to play because it's not necessarily something I would play myself. You can also find me on Twitter at Jaggerus and on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jaggerus. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fabulous day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye!